United States' new suicide drone is shocking Russia and the rest of the world. In actuality, with Russia's current conflict with Ukraine, many countries have come forward and offered their help to Ukraine, like the president of Spain, Pedro Sanchez, who has announced a shipment of military aid consisting of 200 tons of weapons and ammunition to the Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky, or the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, Boris Johnson, who has sent a package of military aid for some £300 million sterling, which also includes drones and radars. In this case, the United States is not left out, since President Joe Biden, in support of Ukraine, has made a donation not only in money, but also in weapons so that Ukraine can defend itself against the Russians. In this shipment came a package of 100 kamikaze drones, which we will talk about today. Before starting the video, I invite you to leave a like and subscribe to my channel to see more content like this. Without further ado, let's start with the video. Conceived by the U.S. Air Force Special Operations Command, AFSOC, developed by the U.S. Army, the Switchblade was meant to help U.S. troops respond to enemy ambushes in Afghanistan. Close air support takes time to arrive, is expensive to conduct, and risks collateral damage in urban areas. Troop-carried guided missiles such as the FGM-148 Javelin are also expensive, and few, if any, are carried on a typical patrol. Human portable unmanned aerial vehicles, UAVs, like the Raven or Puma can spot threats but lack weapons. The backpackable, relatively inexpensive Switchblade has sensors to help spot enemy fighters and an explosive warhead to attack them from above, which is especially helpful in dug-in positions like rooftops or ridgelines. On July 29, 2011, the U.S. Army awarded AeroVironment a $4.9 million contract for rapid fielding of an unspecified number of Switchblades to forces in Afghanistan. On March 20, 2012, the Army added $5.1 million, totaling $10 million. In May 2012, the United States Marine Corps began ordering Switchblades to allow troops to strike improvised explosive devices, IED emplacement teams, and similar targets. Usually when air support is called in, attackers slip away before a large UAV, attack helicopter, fighter bomber, or quick reaction force can arrive on station. Marines sometimes couldn't get support due to other units getting mission priority. The Switchblade is small enough to fit in a Marine's Alice or Mole pack and locks onto and tracks a target once selected. In late 2018, AeroVironment was working on the larger Switchblade 600. In March 2020, AeroVironment revealed it had flight tested the product the previous year. In October 2020, AeroVironment unveiled the larger unit. By the time of its unveiling, it had undergone 60 test flights from ground launches against fixed and moving targets. On March 31, 2021, AeroVironment was awarded a $26.1 million contract by SOCOM for the Switchblade 600. The system addresses the United States Naval Special Warfare Command's Maritime Precision Engagement (MPE) requirement to engage asymmetric threats with combatant craft medium (CCM) and heavy CCH boats acting as host platforms. In March of 2022, it was reported that the U.S. was considering providing Switchblade drones to the Ukrainian armed forces following the 2022 Russian invasion of Ukraine. On March 16th, the White House announced that 100 tactical unmanned aerial systems would be provided to Ukraine as part of an $800 million military aid package. Each of these systems constitutes a complete package of ground, launch, and control systems, and potentially multiple drones. According to one journalist, citing a U.S. military source, each of these systems carries 10 Switchblade drones, making for a total of 1,000. The package includes both anti-personnel Switchblade 300s and anti-armor Switchblade 600s. These two models of drones sent by Joe Biden are considered the equivalent of 1980s Stinger's missiles that are fired from a shoulder-mounted launcher and are capable of shooting down an aircraft. At that time, Washington provided a large number of Stingers to the Afghan Mujahideen, who skillfully used them to defeat the invading Soviets. In addition to the Switchblades, the Pentagon would send the Ukrainians a significant number of howitzers, new types of radars, Mi-17, and armored helicopters. But let's talk about the characteristics of these kamikaze drones, or suicide drones as they have been named lately in the media. Named for the way they spread their wings on launch, Switchblades are known as moderator munitions, as they can fly to target areas and stay there until they define their target. Both are highly accurate to hit or destroy. The Switchblade 300, manufactured by the American company AeroVironment since 2011, fits in a backpack weighing only 2.5 grams, an operating range of 10 kilometers. It can stay in the air for up to 15 minutes and reach a speed of 160 kilometers, with easy and fast deployment so that the soldier who thinks to operate it does not need arduous training due to its ease of operation. The U.S. forces officially define it as a missile rather than a drone, but many of its characteristics make it closer to this second type of weapon. It has a color camera and a GPS system to identify the enemy. Its payload is equivalent in power to a 40mm grenade, enough to kill soldiers and damage light vehicles. Mode of deployment. The drone is launched from the chosen combat platform. Once they make contact with the target, weapons or people carrying weapons, they descend to destroy the target with great precision. On the contrary, if they identify that you are a civilian, the operator simply cancels the order and redirects you to another area. Therefore, it could also be used as a tactical image recognition drone. The Switchblade 600 is a new generation drone and has a higher degree of wingspan when it comes to deployment. Its configuration can take about 15 minutes and its weight is about 54 kilos. It has an operating range of about 40 kilometers, capable of staying in the air for approximately 40 minutes and speeds of 180 kilometers. These targets are used for tanks or larger targets with armor level. Apparently, since Ukraine already has the public support of several countries such as the United States, Spain, the United Kingdom, and other NATO countries, this military confrontation seems like it will last for a long time. The good thing to emphasize is that these drones and other technological advances are not always used for these warlike purposes, but they are also an advance in the way of producing and in the development of other disciplines in which they can be applied, such as in rescues, investigations, humanitarian aid, audiovisual productions, and other frameworks more or less the war, or being able to count on real-time information of what is happening in the world. And what do you think about these new drones? Would you like to drive one? Let me know in the comments. If you liked the video, please leave a like and subscribe to this channel to see more similar videos, and hit the notification bell so YouTube will notify you when we upload a new video. We upload videos every week. Don't miss it. You will not regret it.